It doesn't matter where we go. It's just going to be, sir, what would you like? What kind of sushi roll would you like? Say, I would like the mac and cheese chicken sandwich. Wake it up, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Marckie P show. I'm here with a good friend of mine, DJ Crespo, Syncoro, Drink Master, Wired Sound Academy, Jaden Smith, tour DJ. Dude, your list could go on forever. I could probably continue this forever.
My man.
Good
to see you, brother.
How you been?
I'm good. Hanging in there. It's been a wild couple months, I guess. It feels like years, to be honest.
I mean, the first couple months of this year have felt like a year, and last year was just so fucking far gone now at this point.
Yeah, man. I feel like we went to sleep in March, and it's March again, and it's like, what just happened?
2 weeks to flatten the curve. Lasted a whole year.
Jesus, and we're still not there yet.
Yeah, we're still not there yet. Hopefully soon. We were just talking about this off camera before you hopped in. We are like, hopefully we can go back to work, like soon.
I don't know how people are how we're gonna survive without it.
Yeah, I mean, right now
a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. How was your year? How was the pandemic for you? Like, I know you live in Florida, so things are a little bit different.
Yeah.
You guys are lawless.
Yeah, we are. So it's funny because the beginning of the pandemic, we were very much like every other state. Where it was like, all right, we got to do this. Let's shut everything down. 14 days and turned into 3 months. And we were pretty shut down for like the first 6 months. We had a lot of high cases and all that stuff. And then our governor came in 6 months later and was like, look, I get that we got to protect people, but we also got to open stuff up because people are losing their livelihoods left and right.
Yeah.
It was a tough adjustment for me, but it was a much welcomed one, to be honest.
Yeah,
because
we had said that earlier too. We had this, I wish we started the podcast fucking 15 minutes early because we were talking about how like grateful we are to actually have some time off.
Definitely, man. I mean, I would say that when we got hit with COVID, our entertainment industry, our whole, industry as a whole, I'd say we were at probably the top of all tops.
Yeah.
Everything was booming. Like shows were selling out, DJs were getting paid tons. Everyone was making money.
Right.
And then it was just like this straight cliff that just jumped.
It literally.
Like, where do we go?
Yeah.
There's nothing for us to do or make money.
Literally overnight. Like overnight. It's like the light switch, you know what I mean? Like the light switch was always on and then boom.
Yep.
And now you're
exactly.
Here. And now you're on my show.
Yeah, I mean, man, I've always wanted to do this, and I love you like a brother. You've treated me like family every time I come to Boston.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it was crazy, man. It was a tough transition, but a much welcomed one because I was like a robot who literally was on the road.
Yeah.
3 years straight. I was doing like 180 shows. I'd bounce from the Grand to the Marquee in Vegas, and then back.
Back for a Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a much needed like awakening almost to like, hey, let's take care of your body. Let's take a break and be a boyfriend. Let's take a break and be a brother, a son,
Yeah, no, that's a very, very great point. And a great way to look at it too. You can either take it one of two ways. It was either really, really terrible for you. And, I've said it on this show a couple times, financially, everybody in the industry takes a massive hit, right? Like we're making a lot of money and then we go to nothing. And in this industry, we don't really rely on, like not necessarily all the money in the world, but, we do this because we love it. And then you're not allowed to do what you love. And now you're, stopped making money doing what you love. So it's just like a double hit, but being able to, find like the center of you and really focus is good. It's a great thing.
Definitely, man. I think I've actually realized like how unbalanced life was it was just like work and no time for me or anything else.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, everything else suffers down the road if you don't have time and that balance.
For sure.
So I definitely found that like gratitude, and I was in a very blessed position to, be able to take that financial hit and still weather the storm.
Right.
But during the time, I decided to actually about 6 months before COVID hit, we decided, me and my buddy, a partner of mine, Landis, we decided to build a school down here for young DJs and producers who wanted to learn the craft.
Which is incredible. It's incredible. You're killing it. You're killing it.
Been a true blessing, dude, to really give the knowledge and the expertise that we've learned over 20 years back.
Right.
Is so important. And so it's been a dream of ours, and we finally were able to do it. It was a perfect time because everything had kind of shifted to let's learn during this time.
Yeah.
Because we have nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do.
So the business model really took off, and we were able to really train and teach a lot of young DJs and producers. And so,
I mean, it's good. It's good to give back, it's good to give back to the, not necessarily the community, but the people who want to learn. You're a guy who has a wealth of knowledge in the music industry. So being able to pass that along to a different generation is good. It's good for everyone.
For sure, man. I mean, what helped me really excel in my career was finding mentors, like Vice and all these older guys who I always wanted to be like. And I realized like the quickest way to getting to a place you want to be is having someone teach you how they got there.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that knowledge sometimes is very hard to find, or people are very shelled off.
Yeah. They don't want to give it. They don't want to give it. Right.
Yeah.
They feel like you're going to take something away from them.
Exactly. And I'm the complete opposite. Like I feel like the culture is meant to be pushed and evolved, whether it's nightlife or DJing or whatever your craft is,
Right.
So for me, the school's been such a rewarding thing, and it's called Wired Sound Academy.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. It's just been an awesome blessing. So I was able to take some of the free time I had, because I literally went from everything to DJing to nothing almost.
To sitting by the pool at your beautiful apartment.
Yeah.
Which you weren't able to do for years and years and years and years and years, and now you can utilize.
Exactly. That's definitely a plus too.
Yeah.
But the school, opening the school during COVID or pre-COVID and then through COVID, was a really much needed shift in energy from just DJing, drinking, and partying to finding like an actual more purpose than just partying and playing music all the time.
Yeah. I mean, giving back to the younger generations, especially the ones that want to learn a craft, DJing is just as much a craft as, anything. A lot of people just see the glitz and glamour behind it, but there's a lot of technical stuff and mental stuff that goes into it. And to be able to have a guy like you teach them, it's a great place to be for them.
Yeah, definitely.
And the spot's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh man.
I mean, I implore anybody to just go to the your Instagram or check it out, because the spot is just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really cool. We're located actually inside a food hall, kind of like Boston Public Market.
Okay.
It's called.
Yep.
Very similar, but the top floor is the whole school. So it's a cool vibe where the students are like learning. They could go chill, eat, grab a drink or some juice, whatever age they are, And
what are the age ranges like? How old is the oldest and how young is the youngest?
We run from 14 up to any age you want. We cap it at that 14 just because to keep attention of anyone younger than that is kind of tough.
I mean, I'm 33 and my attention span is dog shit.
Yeah, so. Dude, I feel you.
I got no chance.
Man, you look younger than 33. Bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All these gray hairs. I look like I'm 57. Do you have any standout students? Is there somebody that you've kind of latched onto and been like, you could be the one? You're the one that's gonna make it.
Yeah, what's really cool is it's come full circle where like some of the star students who really are hungry and want it and will show up to some of my gigs and listen and help me like set up my equipment and learn the full gamut of what it takes, have really excelled. And now some of them are opening for me at the big clubs here in Miami.
That's awesome. That's gotta be a really rewarding thing for someone. You're teaching them and then you're like, hey, do you want to open for me? That's gotta put them through the roof.
Yeah, it does.
Like my adrenaline is pumping right now just thinking that. Like,
so are you gonna come learn?
Yeah. I'm just gonna. How about this? We'll just go. We'll have a show. You and I. You'll DJ after I do a podcast. It'll just be.
Yeah.
It'll be first of its kind.
Whenever I play the grand, we'll just go back to back.
Yeah, that's it. We'll just go back to it, and we'll just have you'll play like music for 10 minutes, and then we'll just have a chat for 10 minutes. I don't know if it'll sell, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll teach you how to DJ, and then we'll just do back-to-back sets.
There you go. Perfect. Even better. I've always wanted to learn.
Yeah, so we've had some really cool standout students, and the goal with us was like, hey, we're not just going to teach you the knowledge. Oh, I see you drinking Just Water. I like it.
I'm a brand guy. I didn't want to start chugging Sincoro right now. It's like
I was like, maybe I should send you a bottle for the show, and we'll just do it like that.
There you go, man. Hey, I'm still open to that. We'll just put it up with your name on it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So the goal with the school was really not just give you the knowledge and be like, hey, have a good time, but it was like, hey, here's the knowledge. Now we're going to give you the opportunity to apply it.
Right.
Which is the best part about our model.
That's
cool.
That's awesome. No, that's really cool, man. That, you're going out of your way, especially in a time of, need for everybody, I mean, I thought about learning how to play the guitar, and then I was like, I'm going to suck at this. So I'm just fucking, let me just keep the guitarist with the guitars, and I'm just going to be a podcaster.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you've been playing a lot of golf.
I have.
You've been playing a lot of golf. Like
newly discovered hobby.
Holy shit, bro. I go on your story, right? And I'm like, golf again. Damn it. I need to move to Florida. Golf again.
You play?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I'm not bad. Like, I can drive the ball. I'm like better with the mid game, You put like a 7-iron in my hands and down to a wedge. I got you.
Nice.
Off the tee. Yeah. We're talking.
Yeah.
I play the whole course off the tee.
Yeah, I'm more of a short game. I've really mastered putting and like short chipping and flops and stuff, but my driver is awful.
Yeah, that's everybody's like worst club. It's got to be, because you just feel like such a man when you're up on the tee box with this massive club. You're like, I'm going to smash this thing, and then you duff it off the tee. You duff it off the tee, and then like you have to play with your dick out because it didn't go past the ladies' tees, and then now you're just in a whole weird situation.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed? What makes me better off the tee is at least 4 or 5 beers.
Yeah,
then I'm good.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm 4 or 5 beers before I even get to the first tee, and then 4 or 5 beers immediately after my first drive.
Necessary.
Yeah, you have to. I like to call it swing juice.
Yeah,
it's a little swing juice. You got to oil up the joints.
Oil up the joints. That's all you need.
Nothing like firing out a Bud Light, freezing cold.
If you're having a really rough day, you go White Claw instead of beer.
Yeah. Then that's when you're trying to hurt yourself. That's when your clubs make it from the cart to the lake. You just fucking chuck them.
I will say, I didn't really appreciate how much I lived in Florida until I started playing golf. Because you could do it.
When did you start? Well, you said this is a new hobby to you. When did you start?
It's been about 1.5 years now, which is crazy. It was pre-COVID, but then when COVID happened, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna play golf.
Time to pick up the sticks.
Yeah, just enjoy and be outside. So I haven't really recorded a handicap, but I have some days where I'll shoot higher 80s.
Oh, dude,
I'm not amazing yet.
For a year, for playing golf for a year, you're shooting in the 80s.
I'm at the range a lot.
I play golf for 10 years, and I barely crack 100. I just like that.
It's hard.
And I get really discouraged, and I just start chugging, and I'm like, fuck this.
Dude, it's
taking Instagram pictures.
Yeah.
I'm done here. I'm 6 holes in. I'm already 100 balls lost in the woods.
The cart girl's just following you.
And the cart girl just follows you around. Yeah, exactly. It's like, come here, Bridget. I need another beer. She's like, you just had one. It's like, I still need another one.
Bridget, go restock the whole cooler, please.
Bridget, go. I don't know why we just named her Bridget, but whatever. Seems like a cart girl name. Every Bridget that listens to this is gonna hate me.
Yeah. It's funny because when I first started playing, I just did it because it was like, oh, you can go out and drink or smoke a joint. Like, this is nice and relaxing for me. Yeah. And then it just started to be like, all right, let's get better at this. And I feel like I'd be getting good, and I just fucking be like shit for a whole week.
Yeah.
Like, this sucks.
It's a crazy game. Everybody thinks it's easy. They're like, oh, it's like you can hit a golf ball. It's like, okay, cool. You're over there at Top Golf, hitting golf balls into the back. I get it. Cool. You think you can do it? Get on an actual tee box.
Oh man.
Go to an actual tee box and tell me how good you golf.
Put 3 solid shots together and a perfect putt.
Yeah.
And then you're good at golf.
Yeah, and then you're good at golf. Yeah.
It's impossible.
It's so hard. It's the hardest. Yeah. It's easily the hardest sport to play.
How much golf do you guys get in Boston? Like 6 months?
Yeah, 6-7 months. There's a lot of courses that my buddy Colin works at a country club, and they stay open all year long. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, the members can just go. They put pins out, not on the greens, but they put pins out in locations around the green.
Yep.
So you can just go and whack away.
Wow. That's not bad.
That's pretty cool. But other than that, man, we don't get much golf.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather here is just terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We get one nice summer day, and then the rest of it's winter.
Man.
Then we have one nice spring day.
Yeah. Those Boston summers are worth it, though, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're the
it's fun.
Best.
It's
that place is like, that's like my second home, man. So not being able to see it, I would be there like twice a month or once a month.
Yeah.
For the past like 5 years, 6 years probably.
You're like unofficially part of Boston. Like you are a Bostonian.
I got Patriots head covers. I got Boston Red Sox hat. Like,
you're
I don't
locked
for
in.
any other team.
You're locked in. You're locked in.
Yeah.
I love that.
My girlfriend's from Kennebunk, so
Maine.
Yeah, every New England team is necessity in our household right now.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, watching Tom Brady win the Super Bowl was great.
It was tough.
A little bittersweet. It was a little bittersweet, but
him and Gronk together made me happy.
Yeah. Have you seen the? I was just watching this a little while ago. NFL Mic'd Up did like the Super Bowl edition.
No.
And it's on YouTube, and it's. I mean, everybody on the field who was wearing a mic, they obviously bleeped this stuff out, but. Gronk is talking to Brady at the very end. He's like, I got two tutties. He's like, I saved them only for the Super Bowl. Like he just looks so genuinely happy to have scored 2 touchdowns. And it was awesome. So I was happy. I was happy for them. But obviously, you want Tom Brady to win as a New England Patriot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as an avid Patriot fan, how do you feel in general about them right now?
I think that they had a rough season, right? I mean, you lose the greatest quarterback in the history of the world.
Yep.
And you replace him with Cam Newton, who, at one time was a very elite quarterback. And you can't take nothing away from the guy. He comes to the, one of the most decorated sports franchises in history. You have a lot to live up to, Right. But as a Patriot fan, I think we'll bounce back. We're never going to get Tom Brady like ever again.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys are what made Tom Brady.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's a little.
I'm going to start saying we because I'm part of this.
You're part of this too. You're part of this too.
But the Patriots, are what made Tom Brady. As much as people want to say he made the New England, like there's no chance.
Yeah, agreed.
No. I love that.
You're a big sneakerhead, and I'm jealous of that too. You post your kicks all the time.
Too many sneakers right now.
Is that possible? That's not possible. Too many sneakers is not possible.
It is. There's a lot.
As you look over and there's 59 pairs of Jordans just laying on the floor.
There's a lot. There's a lot in this room, but it's my passion. One of my passions, at least.
Yeah, collecting sneakers. What is the biggest purchase of sneakers you've ever made?
Ooh, that's tough. When I first started really DJing in Vegas, when I got my Vegas residency, it was like this big celebration. So I probably spent, I want to say they're still on the shelf. Some of them haven't been worn. I want to say it was like a $5,000 purchase of a couple pairs of Jordans. Not even a bunch, just a couple rare pairs.
5 G's for some J's.
For some J's.
Damn, that's aggressive.
Luckily, some of the ones that I haven't worn are worth more than that now.
Okay, yeah, awesome. You can just, if you wanted to offload and make that money back, you're fine.
Yeah. So, shoes are like assets right now.
Yeah.
You wear them once, they're not. But if you keep them on ice, they're worth a lot. So
what's your favorite?
That's tough, man. I'm a Jordan 1 freak.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's the cleanest silhouette in sneaker history.
Yeah. And I was born in Chicago. I've watched almost every Jordan championship. So that one to me is like what every kid wanted. And so being able to have like the full gamut of colors that I've always wanted is dope.
I have a guy that just walked in the room here. Little impromptu Buddy Costa.
That's a handsome guy right there.
He's the best. He's the absolute best.
Guy. Buddy Costa, ladies and gentlemen.
Costa, ladies and gentlemen. And he's gone. But yeah, so the Jordan 1 silhouette is incredible. It's the most beautiful. It's probably the most beautiful silhouette sneaker ever.
Yeah, so my favorite is the Chicago one, the original Chicago colors colorway.
The breads.
And then the rarest sneaker I've ever had is actually I don't know if you've ever seen them, the gold Fresh Prince 5s.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Will Smith dropped them for an anniversary, and I would DJ for Jaden, so they sent me a pair. There's only 23 pairs made. So
really? That is fire. Yeah, I've heard about them. I feel like I've seen a picture. I feel like I've seen a picture of them.
I have them in a case, but
leave the case where it is, man. I don't want you touching anything. I don't want you touching anything.
Yeah,
you leave that right there.
That's probably the rarest pair. But I've been collecting, man, for like 10, 12 years now. And it's always just been something I loved. And to be able to just wear a shoe till like the sole falls off
it's the best.
Is a good thing.
It's a great, it's like a rewarding feeling. It's like, I just took this beautiful pair of sneakers that I love and I just beat the absolute brakes off of it.
I got my money's worth out.
Got my money's worth, yeah. Back in the day, spending $100 on a pair of sneakers, that was a lot.
Yeah,
I was like,
that
was a lot.
Dude.
If I asked my dad for a pair of sneakers and they were like more than $50, he'd be like, "You gonna work for it? What are you gonna do here? I'm not just gonna give you the extra money. you're gonna do some dishes, motherfucker. You better get in there.
If not, you're going to Ross for TJ Maxx.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you get some Avias or some weird shit. You just like, what's your least favorite pair of sneakers that you own? That you're just like, wow, I wish I had. You're like terrible trend, terrible, just something you just want to burn. Like maybe light on fire right now on the podcast.
That's a good question.
People hate Yeezys, and I don't know why.
I would say if I had any Yeezys left, I'd probably burn those.
No, that's the one. That's the one.
I actually love the sneaker. I just hate how normalized it's become, how popular it's become in that sense. I like to go against the trend. So even my Jordan 1s right now, I don't really wear them.
Yeah,
it's such a popular shoe.
Yeah, it is.
If we're saying something I own, that's a good question. I feel like I try not to buy sneakers I hate.
But looking back, some trends are bad. Some trends are bad.
Yeah.
Like remember when girls were wearing those chunky sneakers?
The Fila's and all that.
Why?
They're still doing it.
Why?
They're still doing it.
Like Versace,
look like a frog.
Versace was doing it with the, like the 2 Chainz ones. And I love 2 Chainz, but they're like, it's like somebody took an Ultra Boost and then stuck a platform in it, and the back, it's such a weird looking sneaker. I'm like,
if we're going trends, the chunky sneaker thing can go for me. It never was a thing to me.
That and mom jeans. Not a mom jeans guy.
Not a mom jeans guy. The Uggs, the guys wearing Uggs thing, I could do without.
Yeah. I've seen those. I've seen like people walking down the street. It's like dude rocking a pair of like fuzzy Uggs. You're like,
okay. I mean, like, look, it's probably comfy as shit.
It's probably comfy as fuck. just not the look I'm going for.
No. I will say the Ultra Boost is probably one of my favorite shoes ever made.
I got those on right now. I'm rocking the white ones, the triple
comfy,
whites,
man.
Yeah, such a fire sneaker.
Like you can never go wrong with that, and like the way you feel when you're walking on them is just like you're on clouds.
It's just a little cloud on your feet,
Yeah, for sure. If there's a sneaker I hate, I would probably just say, I'm trying to think, man, that's tough.
As you look at every pair of sneakers you own.
I'm trying to look. It's like a bad idea to look at those because I love all these.
Yeah. It doesn't help. You're like, I love this one. I love this one.
I used to hate a lot on Birkenstock.
Birkenstock sandals.
But now I've been wearing them and like I see why they're comfy.
Yeah, they're comfy. They are comfy. Yeah.
So it's good.
Here we are, Birkenstocks, baby. Buy them. So let's hop into your career as a DJ.
Yep.
When did you start DJing?
So I started about 14 years ago in college. Not 14. 12.
Florida State? You went to Florida State?
Yeah, so I was doing it a little bit before college in high school. But I went to Florida State and I picked up a pair of turntables because I would go to the club every night. I was like a freshman just partying my head off.
Yeah.
And I would watch this DJ, especially this guy named DJ Turk in Tallahassee. And he was just crushing it, man. He would play like hip hop and house and all genres, rock. And I was like, this is cool. Back in the day, you think of a DJ, you're just thinking of like a certain genre of music they would play.
Right.
He was doing it all, kind of like DJ AM. So I picked up my first pair of turntables in college and really would just spend hours and hours learning the craft, downloading, trying to watch, YouTube wasn't as prominent then. So I'd reach out to local DJs, like, yo, can you help me?
Right.
So it really started in college and took off in college too.
Okay. Now, what was your first ever gig? Like where you got booked and you were like, well, I better not fuck this one up.
Yeah.
This could be the beginning of the end.
So to start, what I was doing was I would take my turntables, and I lived in this huge apartment complex where people would party all the time. I'd listen for parties, and if there was one that sounded like it was bumping, I'd knock on the door and be like, yo, do you guys want to DJ? And of course.
That's sick.
Like, hell yeah.
Like, of course, so come on in.
I do this, and one night I was rocking this party, and a young kid who's in fraternity was like, dude, you're awesome. Like, I want to get you in this brand new club that's opening in Tallahassee. It's called 2020. massive club. And from that night, I joined the same fraternity he was in, and they asked me to DJ the headlining night of the opening of the club. Absolutely rocked it, and from there, I had just become like the resident of the biggest club in Tallahassee.
I mean, that doesn't suck.
That's
a hot start.
Yeah, but in between, there were some gigs like those, a lot of like house parties and stuff where I learned to like read a crowd.
Yeah.
I would open for DJs here and there for free at big clubs.
I mean, that's how people grind, man. You gotta like, you can't just expect somebody to pay you. You know what I mean?
No, man. And that was what I knew. I was like, what do I need to do to at least be heard and seen over being paid at first, you know?
Yeah.
And once that equated to be like, hey, you're really good now. Let's put you on another level. And from there, it was like, that was the biggest club in Tallahassee. Like A-Rod, when he'd come for the UM FSU game, and The Rock would all come there. So it was a lot of eyes.
DJ'd for The Rock?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Dwayne Johnson.
President 2024.
Right?
So you perform for all these people, you open it up. What is the worst gig you've ever had?
Ooh. Man, there's been a lot of them. Oh my gosh.
You just said that out loud.
When I first started, there were so many. Like, I would end up in like the middle of Arizona, Yuma, Arizona, DJing like.
Where is that? Is that next to Area 51?
It feels like you're
That
literally
sounds
driving.
like it.
You're in the desert for hours. That was a terrible gig. I ended up playing at like this country saloon with like 4 people.
Nice. Yeah. Little line dancing.
Interesting. Yeah. But probably the worst was I got booked to play this festival in Tallahassee, and my agent really didn't get to do too much research on it, but the money was good, so show up, and it ends up being in the back of a Mexican restaurant.
Oh.
It was a festival in the back of a Mexican restaurant.
Okay.
And there was probably 3 people there throughout the entire day.
Really? 3 people, just like workers. There was just like people.
Basically the workers, yeah, they were there. So
that had to be awkward.
Yeah. So definitely the back of the Mexican parking lot was the worst gig for sure.
You can sign me up for a Mexican restaurant rave anytime you want. I am locked in. Al Pastor tacos forever.
Yes.
What's been some of the highlights of your career that you look back and you're like, oh crap, I did this. This is something that I get to keep forever.
Oh man.
Because you've done some cool shit, man. Like obviously you're a friend of mine, but doing a little research, watching some YouTube, and I mean Lollapalooza, and
Yeah, there's been some big blessings, man. Like to go from that Mexican cantina rave, to 10 years later being like, hey, I played Electric Daisy Las Vegas, I played Ultra. I did probably the biggest highlight for me was I had never been to Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
And I did a Southeast Asia tour 2 years ago. I got to play it started in Bangkok in Thailand. We went to Beijing. I saw the Great Wall, DJ'd out there.
That's got to be awesome.
Yeah, Hong Kong, Bali. And just being able to play in these places where no one knew the language that I spoke. Right. But being able to play music that they understood.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, this is what connects the world.
Yeah, music is a universal language. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. So that was a huge highlight for me, being able to go on an Asia tour, and then we finished it off in Australia, actually, which is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, and they've got some. Australia's a place, bro. Yeah, Australia's a place. Awesome. They got spiders the size of a room. You're like, what am I doing here?
I was so scared. I was so scared to be there, but then when I get there, it's like, this place is just like America, just a little more dangerous.
Just a smidge bit more dangerous. Like every animal there is dangerous.
Exactly.
They don't have like one animal there that just can't kill you. It's all of them.
My man Steve Irwin, rest in peace.
Yeah, rip. Man, that guy was trying to protect us. He was telling us all about it. But now we have to trust the Stafford brothers, and then we're drunk and everything is fine. Everything is okay.
I don't know how much we can trust them, but we can let them get us drunk.
We can absolutely let them get us drunk, and then just be like, that's a snake. Don't fuck with that snake. That one will kill you. And then you're just like, well, what about the next one? And it's like, well, that one too. Like, okay.
Yeah. Exactly, man. So yeah, I mean, that was a really cool highlight. I did a city or US tour with Jaden, who I DJ for, Jaden Smith.
Yep.
And we did a tour opening up for Fall Out Boy, which is one of my favorite bands of all time.
That's awesome.
Which is really fucking cool.
Fall Out Boy was great.
Yeah.
How were they to work with? Were you able to like meet them and?
Oh, awesome, man. Pete and all the guys are amazing. And their head singer is probably one of the more talented people I've ever met. We played the Garden actually, which was awesome.
That's great.
It was a dream of mine, you know.
Yeah.
Like people were like, let's play Madison Square Garden. I'm like, no, I want to play TD Garden.
I want to play. I want to play the parquet.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What other big massive? So you're in Southeast Asia. Was that with Jaden, or were you doing your own tour?
That was just a headlining Crespo tour.
Yeah, dude, that's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
My first time ever in Europe, we did a tour with Jaden, which was really cool. Berlin, Amsterdam, England, London. So I man, just being able to see the world through music has been the biggest blessing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You can keep the money, you know.
Yeah, keep the money. You can't take the experiences back.
Yeah, exactly. And some other big accolades and like highlights for me were, you know, that Fall Out Boy tour was awesome, but also getting to play huge festivals like Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
Which I'm from Chicago. So
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I grew up in Grant Park playing out there all the time. It was like, this looks way different than when my dad used to take me out here.
Right. Like that's gotta be
20,000 people.
That's gotta be a pretty humbling moment in your career where you go back home to play one of the world's largest festivals and you're the guy on stage.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I've noticed about my career and I guess who I am is like everything humbles me. You know, it's like
you're easily one of the nicest people I've ever met in the history of people. There's not even it's not even a question. There's like if somebody wants to dispute that in the comment section, I will fight you. I will find you and I will fight you.
Humility, key, bro. I think it's key to understanding that we're all humans and we're all come from the same place and we end up in the same place.
Agreed. You know? Yeah. No, it's I mean it's a great trait to have, but you know, you having these experiences throughout the course of your career have allowed you to not extra humble yourself, but like you're able to appreciate it and you know, maintain, you know, because it's getting an ego is very easy, right? Especially when you're, you know, famous DJ or you're you know, famous, you know, anything really.
Definitely
being able to find your ego and be like, look, bro, I can keep this in check. I know how. It's a talent. That's a talent.
It's important, man, because like, you know, I feel like fame was something we create, right? It's like, oh, this person did this. Now you're like our idol, your pet, you're, you know,
right.
You're immortalized almost. And like at the end of the day, these people do the same shit we do,
right?
You know, and we all go home. We're all going to die. We all do the same things. So it's like, don't treat anybody differently.
Right.
You know? It's like, I've been around so many people and I think that's why I connect with Jaden a lot is like, I just treat him like my friend.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's how I think most people would want to be treated.
For sure. What's traveling with him like? Is it an absolute zoo?
It's actually much calmer than I ever thought it would be. Okay. So I first started traveling with him on that Fall Out Boy tour. And I was thinking, oh man, this is going to be madness. Like we have 3 buses to ourselves. Like we're going to be partying and all this stuff. Right. But it was actually really cool and really chill. He's a very smart kid, very well-directed. He's got a really good headspace about him.
Yeah. I mean, come from a great family. I mean, when Will Smith is your dad, like, you know, you're cut from a great cloth.
Yeah. And at the time he was 19. So partying was kind of in the system, but nowhere near what most young kids would be like. He was always learning on the road. Like,
yeah.
And so it kind of inspired me to do the same. Like after some shows, we'd hop on the bus and we'd have like an 8-hour drive to Toronto and he'd be reading about like Nikola Tesla.
Right.
I'd be like, oh shit, I need to start getting my game up.
Yeah. I need to figure this out.
I'm over here in the corner eating Sour Patch and playing PlayStation.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I should do something different.
Maybe I should read a book. Like, no, come on. It's Call of Duty. Call of Duty calls, baby.
Yeah. But traveling with him was awesome. And it was also very luxurious. Like, there's no corners cut.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
full 9 yards.
I mean, as well as there shouldn't be any corners cut, you know, like, especially as talented as he is, you know, and like when you're on tour with him, do you see the growth? Like every day you're like this dude, you know, he's 19 years old. Do you see the growth every single day, every week? Like looking back, are you like, wow, we grew together? Like,
definitely, man. Definitely. He inspired me, and I think I inspired him in other ways too, like performing. This was his first time performing to big crowds, and it was something I was used to. So I taught him how to interact with the crowd, how to get them to give back to you know, what you're doing performing.
Right.
And then he inspired me on another level of how to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He has Just Water as his company, which is a sustainable water company, and he's doing all these 501c3 initiatives that he has, which are just giving back to really impoverished communities. And it made me realize, like, one of the most, fulfilling things you can do is give back. And that was something that was definitely missing from parts of my life and career. So he inspired me on that level too. And so the growth was very equal along the whole journey.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome too, especially, growing on the road in the music industry. And I mean, I've learned this. I mean, obviously I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago, but the music industry and just the entertainment industry in general makes you grow very quickly.
Definitely.
Like I went from being 22 to being 33, and I feel like I'm 100. I feel like I've lived 50 lifetimes.
It ages you, man.
It ages you so quick. You do, you're doing 180 shows a year, but you're not doing 180 shows a year in Miami.
Right.
Like you're flying all over the place.
Back to back.
With that being said, too, with the whole Miami stuff, how does DJing in Miami differ from DJing like in Boston? Like what have you found like the differences, and how do you like approach each city you're in?
They're so different in demographic. And so like Miami to me has this kind of pretentious feel to it, no matter what club you're in down here.
Yeah.
Where people are expecting a lot of you, whether you're the DJ or whether you're someone just walked in.
Yeah.
Like you're being looked at like from what you wear to what car you have,
Right.
I'm like, I don't necessarily love that part of it. I will say though, it's the hardest place to DJ in the country.
Miami.
Yeah, because you have people who aren't necessarily there to listen to the music. They're there to be seen, right? So my goal is to make sure that you forget about that part.
Right.
And so it's tough. I'm playing all genres. This is a very international market. So a lot of Latin, a lot of stuff that you may not necessarily hear in Boston or Vegas.
That's true.
I have a lot of people from France and England. And so I'm constantly like evolving my sets in an international sense down here.
Right.
But Boston is actually my favorite place in the world to play music. That's as crazy as that is.
That's sick. Man. I mean, it's Boston's a little bit of a melting pot too.
It is. Oh, it's more than a melting pot. I'd say Boston's more diverse than Miami. Miami's just very Spanish. There's not a huge, Asian culture or Indian or Ethiopian, any of that. So for me to go to Boston and just be in a place like Memoir or the Grand, where people are there to have a good time,
right.
They don't give a shit what you look like, and usually by 1 o'clock they can't even see what you look like.
That's also true. I also can't see by 1 o'clock in the morning either. That's just
if Randy's giving me shots, I usually can't see.
If Randy gives you a shot, you take it.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, they're so different. Boston's very accepting of anything and everything.
Right.
And they're there to have fun and party and really drink. Miami is, hey, who's here? What's going on? What's she wearing? What's he doing? Oh, I love this song. And then once I get you and I love this song, my goal is to try and keep you there.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like operating. We're in Boston. I feel like I'm just going for a jog and having fun.
You can be more yourself in a setting like, Grand or Memoir.
Yes.
As opposed
also, two of the best clubs, man.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck.
I
miss those places.
I walked by earlier with Sam, producer, to grab salads, and it's just like it's just a shitty feeling that nightclubs aren't open. So see this big beautiful, love salad, just salad, love salads, big salad guy. Shout out to Sweet Green. Yeah, to walk by Grand and just to see it just empty and no lights on is like, fuck, this sucks.
It kills me, man, because that club and Memoir, especially Memoir, was going nuts the past couple, right before COVID. Like I played a gig there and it was so much fun, man. Like you guys have something special and you guys at Big Night just like are probably some of the best curators I've ever seen in nightlife.
I appreciate on behalf of the team. I appreciate that.
Of course, man. And now just watching what you guys do to expand outside of nightlife and move into more entertainment and other spots. It's amazing to me. There's no one else doing what you guys are doing.
Well, that's awesome. And I know Randy and them will watch the show, so I'm sure they'll appreciate, hearing you say that.
It's the truth.
Which is great. And I appreciate that as well.
Tell Randy I expect a discount code for big night breaks though.
Done.
Okay.
I'll build you one right now. I'll just hack at the back and I'll just start sending you packs of Optic. So we have a segment on this show when we reach the end. It's called the Susan segment. A good friend of mine. She was on the show, and she's supposed to be doing her homework, but she doesn't. She just creates questions for me.
I love it.
All right, you ready? And yep. Sam, I think Sam's on a mic.
I am.
All right, can you hear Sam?
Yep, I hear you, Sam.
Sweet. All right, so if you could star in any Netflix show, what would it be? It doesn't have to be like a Netflix original or anything like that.
Okay.
I know mine. I can go if you want a second.
Yeah, let me hear yours.
You remember the show Designated Survivor?
Yes.
Where Kiefer Sutherland plays the president?
Yes.
And I don't want anybody to die in the making of this question. Yeah. Because the terrible shit happens in that episode. But to randomly be the president for like a day or a week sounds incredible. Like I would just be sprinting the halls naked at fucking White Houses, just doing slip slides down the hallways.
Would I be DJing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, on the lawn.
Just like wherever you want. You can have the Oval Office. You can DJ right in the Oval Office. We'll just put turntables right on the Resolute desk.
Maybe a stripper pole.
I would turn the White House into something that's never seen before. There'd be bottle service girls walking around. There's fucking lights everywhere. Like looks like an airplane's landing.
I love that. I mean, it already happened to the Capitol, so we got to do our job in the White House.
We might as well just turn the White House into an absolute party zone.
Yeah. I love that, man. Okay, so I would probably, I love Stranger Things. I would love to star in Stranger Things.
Okay.
Just be in that fucking weird upside down type of thing. Or I don't know if you've seen it. This show called Somebody Feed Phil.
Yeah. I watched a couple episodes of that.
It's like Anthony Bourdain, but I love food. I cook all the time, and like if I could just
you made a paella last night. That thing looked fire.
I did. That's all I do now is cook and golf. Cook, golf. And
what could be better than that?
And spend a lot of money breaking open card packs.
breaking up sports cards. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
Sam.
Stranger Things would be I love that era, and the music in that show is awesome.
Yeah, my friend Kathy, former coworkers here, and she's in the background, fucking giving you lots of like.
Same thing.
Just like she's thinking Stranger Things.
Yes.
Sam,
probably their best original too.
Sam, what do you got?
I don't watch a lot of TV.
Oh, here we go.
I don't.
He's one of those.
Come on, Sam.
Got no time.
Humble brag.
Anyways, I have seen Big Mouth, and I would say I'd probably want to be on Big Mouth just because of all the random chaos and just like the raunchy humor. I just love it.
They have a character on that called Hormone Monster. Like it's just insanity. That show is absolute insanity.
That's awesome.
All right, the next one is: would you rather not have your cell phone for 1 year or not have sex for 5 years?
Oh, you can keep my cell phone.
Yeah, same. I agree. I'll get a house phone. We can figure it out from there.
You can beep me. You can page me. Like I'll get a 2-way, whatever we need to do.
That's it.
Like I could maybe do 1 year, but 5 years, I don't know.
That's a long time. 5 years, dude. I can't not think about it for like 5 minutes. Like this is the longest I've gone in history without thinking about it. So
this podcast, same. Take it. You just.
So the third one, and there's still 2 more after this, is who is your celebrity doppelganger?
Shit.
I know Sam's. I'm looking right at him. Sam looks exactly like Elefante. Literally.
Really?
Exactly. He is Elefante. If Elefante needed a stunt double, it would be Sam.
Damn. It's weird. I haven't really gotten many.
Equally as talented too.
Yeah. I love that. Who's yours?
I used to get, back in the day when I didn't have this beard, I used to get Joey Fatone all the time.
I see it for sure.
Shit. It's the facial structure. It's the receding hairline thing.
I love that.
But now most recently people are like, oh, you're like Dan Bilzerian. It's like, I mean,
I don't know if you want to be compared to him.
I don't know if I want to be compared to him either, but like, if I have to be a millionaire covered in chicks, I'm fine.
I get the Orlando Bloom every now and then.
I can definitely see Orlando Bloom.
That's what I get, without the hat and my hair out. Like I get the Orlando Bloom.
Okay,
all the time.
He's married to like Katy Perry or something like that, right?
Lucky him. I'll be Orlando Bloom.
You are Orlando Bloom. If you could have one superpower, what would you pick and why?
I would love to shoot spaghetti from my hands.
Shoot spaghetti at people?
I love spaghetti.
Like Spider-Man?
Like, just imagine like being like, yo, I'm hungry, and you just shoot some spaghetti in a bowl and start eating.
That's sick. That is completely out of the box. I wasn't even thinking of something like that.
Is it coming out room temperature or is it like warm?
Is it hot?
No, it comes out like piping hot bolognese, like straight out of There's no other question. And like I have a button I could turn on to like lasagna or Alfredo.
That would be sick. You just imagine shooting Alfredo. Just like, hey, Crespo, can you shoot me up some Alfredo? And just hands just fucking come flying out. And pasta, spaghettis, rigatonis go flying.
If someone pisses me off, like you get Steve Aoki'd with some lasagna.
You get a hot fucking lasagna in your face. Oh my god!
Piping hot.
A piping hot lasagna right to the face.
Yep, that's it right there.
I would fly, and I know it's very. I guess I'm taking the easy way out, but being able to fly anywhere, just to like, I want to go to the Maldives. Boom, I'm just flying.
You should give yourself teleportation.
Teleport. Okay, so maybe I'll revise my answer. I like teleportation. I think that would be great. Like boom. Immediately. Yeah.
Like, yo, Crespo, you want to do this podcast?
Boom. And then here's
some spaghetti.
Here's some spaghetti. Yeah. Next time you're in Boston, if you don't think we're getting fucking spaghetti, you're out of your mind. So we're having a full Italian feast.
Every time I come to Boston, I always stop at Carmelina's. You ever been to Carmelina's in the North End?
I've heard of it. I've never been.
Oh my God. Like, you guys have the best Italian. Side note.
Yeah.
Tangent. You guys have the best Italian. New York doesn't even come close.
The North End is just a magical place.
Yep.
Just the food scene here in Boston is just so good, and just in general.
I mean, everything, man. The Asian food's amazing too.
True, and Empire is just electric. Love Empire.
Yep.
Sam, what would your superpower be?
Probably invisibility. I'm a low key person, and I feel like
that's kind of sick.
Smart man,
right?
Yep.
Right.
You could just like duck in and out. Nobody would ever know.
Duck in and out, save people without taking the credit for it, just doing it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that one.
I agree. Yeah.
And the last one, and this one's gonna work for you because you're at the pool every single day of your life. And I have a pool in my backyard, but I can't use it because it's a fucking pond. It's a frozen ice skating rink now. What is your go-to snack when you get out of the pool? Or even we'll say the beach. Pool, beach, whichever. Because those snacks are different. You're right.
Damn, that's a great question.
So I'm going with I like veggies. I like the vegetable platters, like with the ranch and the blue cheese and stuff. And it's not heavy, nice and refreshing. Wash down a little Corona.
Watermelon all day.
Watermelon's great.
Yep, refreshing, good. If I'm being unhealthy, it'd probably be like chocolate covered pretzels. Oof. Oh, but that's such a bad pool snack. Melted.
I mean, I don't know if that's a bad snack at all. That is a perfect.
It's not a bad snack, but probably bad for the pool. I just eat chocolate covered pretzels a lot. So.
I mean, chocolate covered pretzels are a vibe.
Yeah.
What do you got, Sam?
I had to rethink this answer because originally it was gonna be French fries, but I think like in any scenario, pool or the beach, a bowl of grapes, red in.
Grapes. Yeah.
Grapes.
I'm a big grape guy. Yeah. Big grape guy.
Solid answer, Sam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't wait for you to meet Sam. He's incredible.
Sam, I feel like I know him already.
Yeah. You learn so much about people on this show, especially in this segment.
I love it.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Wait, I have a question for you.
Yeah, let's fucking go, baby. It's your show.
This got brought up in a segment I did a couple years ago. If you had to pick between Kendrick Lamar or Drake, who would you go with?
Oh boy, I'm gonna probably take some heat for this answer. I mean, I like Drake, man. He just makes that like.
He makes everything.
He just makes everything, and he also like makes music that I really enjoy listening to because it's not so aggressive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, he makes
he's hot
party
blinging and shit. He's like doing weird dances and cutting hearts into his forehead. He's got like a heart thing going on right now. It's
Lover boy.
Yeah, like I'll take Drake all day because
I like it.
You know, he's gonna
tough choice.
He's gonna sing some cute shit to you, and then the next thing you know, you're having babies.
What does Kathy say?
Kathy. Drake. Oh, she's like caught off guard.
Yeah.
Drake or Kendrick Lamar? Same for you, Sam.
I say Drake because party music. Kendrick, he makes great music.
Kendrick
He's very
great.
talented.
Yeah, can't take anything away from Kendrick.
But tough to listen to at a party.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to say the same because
She's going Drake.
Kendrick, like lyrically and like musically,
Lyrically, Kendrick is good.
Drake, you could get any vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
Drake is an absolute vibe.
Yeah.
He just sends it full. I might get the heart haircut. I don't know.
We should all do that.
We should all just get hearts. He made hats. He made Nike hats that have like some girls' lipstick kisses on them.
What a genius.
Like, it's like you took a perfectly good hat.
You already know he's gonna sell all of them.
You're
though.
gonna sell them all, right? But you're also you if you wear that and you have a girlfriend or a wife,
Yeah.
she sees that, she's gonna be like,
Jeez.
"Who the fuck was kissing up on you last night?" It's like, no, it's the Drake hat. It's the Drake hat.
Part of the hat. Oh, that's what everybody's saying. It's the Drake hat. That's not true.
It's the Lover Boy. It's the Lover Boy collection. Like you can't get accused of cheating anymore because thank you, Drake.
Yeah. All right. I have one more question. I know I'm not supposed to ask the question.
No, you can ask whatever you want.
If you could make any fast food dream meal, you can combine fast foods if you want.
Ooh, I'm fat, so this is good for me.
What would it be? You want to hear mine first? I'll give you an idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I would take. You guys have Chick-fil-A? You do, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'd take a Chick-fil-A sandwich with the mac and cheese on top, some truffle hot sauce.
Whoa.
That's your sandwich, and then a strawberry shake. Done.
Wow.
Done deal.
Wow. That sounds so good. Kathy and I are going to dinner after this, and now I'm just gonna have to, wherever we go, request a fucking chicken sandwich with mac and cheese and hot sauce. It doesn't matter where we go. It's just gonna be, sir, what would you like? What kind of sushi roll would you like? Say, I would like the mac and cheese chicken sandwich. Motherfucker. I really enjoy Big Macs, right? Mm-hmm. So I think I would go with a Five Guys burger.
Ooh.
Because they'll have all those fresh toppings, right? Lettuce, tomato, Big Mac sauce, jalapeno.
I like it. 2 patties stacked.
Yeah. Absolute disgusting. Maybe a little bacon for some fun. And then curly fries from anywhere.
Ooh, can't go wrong. Curly fries.
Curly fries are great. Right, Sam?
I think they're the king of all fries.
They're the king of all fries.
Goated.
Yep. What do you got, Sam?
I'm a big Taco Bell guy, so I'm gonna do Crunchwrap Supreme and maybe the side of spicy nuggets from Wendy's.
Oh, I like it.
Spicy nuggets. They're back at McDonald's. This is not an ad. I'm just dropping. Now I'm just making ads for McDonald's. Hopefully they find it and want to send me a bunch of spicy nuggets.
Sponsor show.
Imagine I get a McDonald's sponsorship because of Crespo. This would be fucking fantastic. What else you got? You got something? What else you got for me? Yeah.
Another question?
Yeah. Let's go. We're locked in.
All right. If you had wait, what was this other question I had? Damn, I had so many good questions during this old segment I used to do. All right. If we're talking divas, who's better, Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston?
Oh man. Wow. I love Mariah.
Mariah.
You can play Mariah's All I Want for Christmas any time of year, and I'm just completely okay with it.
Yep. I'll put on my Christmas pajamas.
Yeah.
And just go.
The intro to that song, the second it comes on, if you don't become immediately happy, something is wrong with you. You have a problem.
Yep.
It's
exactly.
Like Christmas in June. Like next set you play, you better sprinkle in some All I Want for Christmas, Mariah.
Yep.
And you're playing somewhere. You're playing somewhere soon, right? Are you doing a?
I'm doing a festival here in Miami with Diplo and A-Track because Miami's wide open. Of course, we're just lawless.
Well, Miami's fucking lawless.
Insane. There's
COVID
many.
does not exist in Miami. It just it made it to the borders of Florida, and they were just like, we will not go in there. We cannot go in there.
Dude, there's so many people from different states down here now. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's absolutely nuts.
Everybody's just fleeing, bro. Everybody's just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, where are you going to go?
At some point, we got to let people just kind of live a little bit at least. You know?
Yeah.
Tough.
We're opening up a little bit, obviously slower than people would like, but they're allowing like capacity limits here to be a little bit bigger and stuff like that. So
nice.
We're on the right track. We're not anywhere close to lawless Florida.
I mean, shit. That's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll get there. We'll catch up to you crazy motherfuckers at some point.
Mean, dude, you guys out party us anytime. So
yeah. I mean, we try.
I do miss it up there though, man. I miss everything about it.
Well, we can't wait to have you back, man.
We'll do it back soon.
Yeah,
we'll do a podcast live.
We will do a podcast live next time that you are here. I am forcing you into the podcast room, and we will sit here and we will drink tequila and just water, and we will enjoy our time.
We'll do the less PG version.
Yeah. We'll have Buddy in here. We'll just let this thing go right off the rails.
Done deal.
But thanks for being on, my friend. Really appreciate you for doing this. And
of course.
Yeah. Till next time.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. I love what you guys are doing, and you guys stay safe. And I'll see you soon.
Thanks, man.
Much love, guys.
Peace.
Take it easy.
Thanks, brother.